All right, in this video, I'm going to go over how to if my first video with the Weapons of Fate, tracers, etc. patch didn't work, this video will show you how to do it. And yeah, so a user in my last video contacted me about this rifle called Factor. It's like a modular weapon mod um, that lets you change it to all different things. And he wanted to know how to change the Gauss rifle. Is like one of the attachment or one of the barrels. Um, change the projectile to like a different type of vanilla or a different type of a Gauss projectile, and he wanted the vanilla one, right? So, and this applies to pretty much any mod. So if everything that you did, if you did everything in my first video and you're still not getting the results, still not working with Weapons of Fate, whatever, um, this is what's happening, right? So what's going on is that there is an object modification, aka like a weapon mod, an attachment, that's overriding or changing the projectile value. So let's go ahead and open up Factor, just as an example. This is a real mod. And right away, you notice that there are edits to projectiles. So let's take a look. And it's adding 4. Right. So like I was telling you that a user said that one of the Gauss rifle barrels changes the way the projectile looks. This is one of them, right? If you don't have a projectile file or edits in your weapon mod, then something's really wrong, and you might want to double check everything you did. But so let's go to object modification. I kind of already know where to look because he said barrel, but let's take a look at let's find the barrel. So I'm just gonna sort it by name, and here we go. Railgun semi-auto. All right. So click on the first. There's 3 barrels. I'm assuming these are barrels. And we're gonna go look. We're gonna look through the properties, right? So most of this is kind of mumbo jumbo, but when you see it, you'll see it. So here he adds some keywords, right? Probably doesn't make any sense. If it's an S and a number, it's a sound file. This is it's not important. I mean, we're specifically looking for a right here, form ID integer set override projectile. So this is what's happening. So this, when you attach this mod to your weapon, it overrides the projectile and it sets it to Gauss rifle projectile. Now I'm gonna assume. Now, I know that this is the vanilla Gauss rifle projectile because this is a modular weapon, so this is not uncommon for, uh, for this to be here. But yeah, so this is a vanilla projectile. So this is not the culprit. This is not why the mod, why it looks different, right? So let's check this other attachment, and I'm gonna go and speed back down to the bottom because I know this is the one, right? So right here. So this property, form ID integer set, override projectile, and it's using a different projectile. So if you wanted this to work with the vanilla projectile, you would I would just the easy way is just to change this to the right one. And if you want to know which one is the one to look for, I would um you can just verify, open up Fallout 4 ECM, go to the projectiles, and most of the names are self-explanatory, so just kind of figure out which one you want. Like like we said earlier, it's the Gauss. The other mod had the correct one, so if I type in Gauss, uh, rifle projectile, yep, there it is. So this would be the vanilla. If you wanted this attachment to shoot the vanilla Gauss rifle projectiles, this is what you do. Now, I mean, alternatively, or as well, if you have a mod like Weapons of Fate, I mean, Weapons of Fate doesn't modify Gauss rifle projectiles, but if it did, and you wanted to use the effects of that mod, you would change it to whatever projectile that mod was editing, right? So, uh, yep. So that's it. But I don't want to drag this video on too much longer. But sometimes there's a reason that the mod author adds custom projectiles like this. That's not purely cosmetic, right? For example, in Nova Finch's Combined Arms, there's a weapon mod called the Penetrator mag. It's like a Penetrator magazine, and it allows when you attach it to your weapon, it allows you to shoot through walls. Okay, and this is done with a script, right? And the way the script works is so the magazine changes the projectile to an arrow. I'm not sure why that's. I'm guessing that that's required. But it's essentially it's same as beam, right? It's a hit scan. It changes the hit scan, and the way it works is when the weapon has an effect attached to it. When the effect goes off, the proprietary script attached to the weapon mod gets activated, and it spawns another projectile behind uh, where you trigger that effect. So that's how it's accomplishing the ability to shoot through actual like cover or like terrain. Um, if it wasn't hit scan, then you would essentially kind of have two bullets at the same time in the air. If the bullets go really fast, you may not even notice it, but I'm assuming uh, it was made, and it could also be a possibility that in order for that script to work, it has to be arrow type. I didn't, I'm not testing that kind of stuff, but that could be another reason. But that, or it just would look kind of funky if they weren't, if you would have two bullets near. But yeah, so just keep in mind that when you're doing stuff like this, it may be required. There might be some scripts attached to the weapon mod or to the weapon itself, and it might need that to function properly. But if you don't care and you just want it to be cosmetic, then this is how you do it. All right.